Let's see here. I think we're live. Yes, we are. Nice. We're so back. Alright, so last time we made this little missile. We sort of started sketching out what the ship is going to look like. We've established the missile bay is going here. So I suppose now we'll probably want to make the missile launcher, because that's going to be a very important part of the ship going forward. So yeah, let's start with that. Because if the missile launcher isn't good and working, it'll won't be a very good ship. So let's see, I probably want to do it that way. Right? Yeah, let's maybe like this. That could work. All right, rotor. Rot. Head, small head, perfect. We're going to want to lock it as well. Or maybe we want a bigger one for stability. Yeah, add a medium head. There we go. So essentially it has to live like here. That shouldn't be too hard. Bing, bing, and then we'll have the connector here. Oh, I'm a little dum-dum. 1 second, let me... You need a pipe going into this. Not the brightest man of all time, I will freely admit. Probably gonna want this to be heavy armor actually, just so that it's, you know, not gonna fall apart in combat. I almost feel like blast doors might be a good pick so it doesn't interfere with our grid, since they won't deform. Less durable, of course, but that's not a huge problem. You know what? That'd also be a good place to put landing gear, now that I think about it. So I might actually stretch this out here so that we have a nice impact-proof or impact-resistant landing surface. Might be a good idea. Anyway. Water. Alright, so that should be good. Yeah, if it has to make a vertical touchdown for some reason, that would be a good spot for it to happen. Might actually put some little like that, just in case, you know. It occurred to me just now that I probably shouldn't have ion thrusters in there because those are really expensive. Yeah, those are exceedingly expensive to run. So maybe only a couple of them. Not to say they're expensive in terms of, like, you just have to find platinum, and that's a real pain. So if I do that, then replace, so just a couple ions just for emergency thrust, really. It'll barely be enough to slow the ship down, but if it needs to stop in space and doesn't have hydrogen, then that's going to be useful. Perfect. That'll be more thrust anyway. I suppose by the same logic I should probably have at least one or two thrusters pointing in other directions as well for ion, just so that we have some redundancy. Wouldn't be too hard to do. I'll have to add that in later. Alright, so probably I'll replace this block, or maybe this one. Yeah, we'll do this one, replace that with heavy armor. Put our rotor here. This actually would be a good spot for cargo, but anyway, that could be like back here. Actually, you know what? Could store it in there. I am going to have to fit an interior in here as well, which I suspect a lot of it would be right in this area. Anyway, we'll figure that out later. I do want a nice livable interior. If you guys weren't here for the last stream, we do have, just to show off, got this cool spin station. Some of my ships parked on it here. Anyway. Okay. Add medium head. Figure there's probably the best spot. Maybe one further. That might be the play. Yeah, one further might be the way to do it, because if I'm missing the button on the end, I don't really care. So if it's there, yeah, okay. Actually, we need those to be connectors. All right, so we actually might move it backwards in the interests of not having a collision moment. Although I could probably just do blast doors here and be fine. Oh yeah, well, I think we'll be good. All right, so yeah, okay. Alright, never mind. We're going to have to move it backwards. Shoot. Still good to have blast doors in front, though, for collision protection. Also, I should have been calling these port and starboard. 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 Eh.
Need to ask the. Yeah, starboards. Starboard.
Sorry, I was gaslighting myself here. Let's see here. Yeah, that's correct. Perfect. So that is the launchers themselves, and then that will theoretically go here. Thunk, like that. Right there. Okay, so now I'll need welders. That's interesting. Something was up with my monitor, it was showing pure magenta for a little bit there. That did not come across the stream. I was watching the OBS thing. Weird. That is very goofy. Certified. I actually don't know what kind of certified moment this is, but it is a moment. Anyway, it's back. We're back. We're so back. It's never been so back. Okay. Let's see here. 6. We're just gonna put. Shoot, I think that's the top. And which way is forward? If that's the top, then that's forward. You know what just occurred to me? There's something I need to put in the avionics bay that I have not put in the avionics bay. Also, oh good. Put some more. Oh wait, no, I can't do that. I actually don't even know if I can have these panels on here. Right, because won't the panels interfere with the launch? I'm not actually sure. They might just slide off, but I don't know that. It'll have to do. We'll see if that's a problem later. But anyway, what was it called? The Ronket. Deadly Ronket. That's right. Here we go. So we take this Deadly Ronket and we kind of have to dissect it a little, just to see where I can fit extra bits and bobs here. So, does it need that much power? Info. I should tell you about power requirements. So everything else is on, right? On. I think everything else is on. Oh, you turn that on. Right, so now, what's our battery output looking like? Current output. That's the total? Okay. Okay, so I can't take a battery out. I suppose I could just slap it on the back here. That wouldn't be a huge issue. Let me explain what I'm thinking about. I need to have a event controller that basically detects when I release the merge block, because essentially as soon as the merge block is released, I want this entire thing to kick off. Right, so I suppose this will work fine, this group. Yeah, I guess I don't need to do that, so I'm just being a goober then, I guess. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna actually wait on that. I'm going to stick a button panel or something of the sort on this guy, or at least near it, so I can see it. What? No? Okay, right on the darn thing. Let's see here. Projector. Oh yeah, right. So one thing I want to do is copy this entire grid here, and then I'm basically just going to remove the large grid part of the grid, and then delete it. And now I can affix 2 of the little deadly rockets to it. Yeah, no, I literally can't do that. The paneling here, I can't do that, because it will attach to the merge block, so I'm just gonna have to remove it. That's okay. I didn't think that through. Anyway, that's gonna have to be how it is. All right. Okay, so we can get rid of this. Can get rid of this. We can get rid of this. Get rid of everything. There we go. Alright, so now we got our little rocket. Our deadly rocket, if you will. Important when you're copy and pasting is to grab grids from the correct block so they can be properly pasted on like that. I do think this should work if, yeah, it should work just fine. Is there one for auto locking? Auto unlock. I suppose that has to... Hold on, let me check in the... All right. Okay, so it does unlock it, which should leave it immune to an auto lock feature. So what I need are some event controllers. Alright, we're going to look at port launch connector, and it is, when it is, port add, set up the actions. One of the great reasons to have build info is this kind of stuff. When connector is ready to lock, when connectors are turned idle. So, yeah, we'll want port to lock. So essentially, as soon as that little connector is ready to lock, it will lock. Okay, now we're doing the starboard one. Set up actions. Port launch. Or we'll want starboard launch, right? Lock. Right? And now is that not ready to lock? Okay. Did I do this wrong? Connector ready / idle, right? That's the port one. So that should work. So let's
let's remove that, right? And we take this and we slap it on. Okay, and it locks. Perfect. So now if we do this again on the other side, and it locks. Perfect. So now, all I should have to do is save this as an actual blueprint, which we're going to save from the projector. This should make it. Rename it. You are dual perfect. So now the dual deadly rocket launcher should be something I can pull up as a blueprint. Alright, now we need our projector to keep projection, and we need to flip it. Yeah. No, that would be roll then, I guess. Or maybe it's pitch. I'm really confused. It's hard to see this from the... Okay. So, not quite. No, yeah, I was correct then. Oh, no, that's upside down. That will get confusing. So I guess I'd need to then roll it. Right? No. Like that? Or no, wait. Was it right the other time then? Ugh, I'm so lost here. Projector. Is that... No, it's still upside down. Alright. Great. So now... This is such a mess. Okay. And then I'll have to do... pitch. Yeah, okay, I think that's... I believe that's the proper way to do it. Is it still... Yeah, it's still backwards, okay. Alright, Why does it feel like two of these sliders are controlling the same thing? Okay, so it should be... I need to get that to 21. Nope, that's still not correct. There it is. Gosh, what a mess. All right. Projector. All right, that should be the right orientation. And if I build these two to start, and then I turn on our if I turn those on, oh, come on. Did that not trigger the small connectors? Come on. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? It's probably because I built those from scratch. Yeah, okay. Hold on. Yeah, they wouldn't have... Yeah, okay. Port, add, select actions. Lock. And then we will need the starboard one. Yeah, that's why it didn't work, okay. There it is. Okay, so now that's good. That's good. So now, if I open these doors and hit this button, it does not work. I think I know why. Because these are constantly activating. Okay, so we're just gonna have to turn those off. Alright, so much better. It should, you know what it probably ought to do? It probably ought to activate a timer. It's just going to keep drifting, isn't it? I wonder if that just exploded my ring station. No, we're good. And yeah, we're all good. Okay. Ah, boom. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to remove that and replace it with a timer block. Actually, you know what? If I just remove that and do it over here, be much better off. Okay. So I can also test it outside of the ship. So what I want instead is for this to actually activate who am I kidding? I'm just going to do it over here. Better do it once than twice. Alright, so I'll just have to live with the projection overlap. Timer block 12. Yikes. Launch connector timer block. Set of actions. All right. Now I need the event controllers. I need you to basically just go to the timer. LC start. LC start. And then we're going to go and we're going to set this to like 1 second or something. And then we're going to go to our event controllers, turn those on. So now, if I were to do that, then they're locked. Okay. And so now if I launch them, there we go. That's perfect. So, yeah, that's gonna work great. Alright, and then I could add 2 more timer blocks in here for a launch sequence. How long does it take to open this door? 1,000, 2, 1,000. About, we're gonna go with 3 to be safe on both ends here. Alright, so okay, we're just gonna have that setup actions. I suppose I should group the doors. Alright, so what this guy is going to do is open, and then yeah, and then we're just going to send it off to yeah, and then we're just going to send it off to the second timer. Alright, and you are going to start 3 seconds. And you're going to be responsible for starting those, right? So if I trigger, the doors are open. There they go. Okay, so I should probably have it trigger instantly rather than anything like that. Yeah, let me. Trigger now. Yeah. Alright, I should probably add a little siren with a launch tone so that I know not to move until they're away. Yeah, I'll do that. I suppose I could just do it on the small grid. Or, oh, I guess we could do it large grid too, but it shouldn't matter much. Sound block. $500 you're gonna know. just made my taskbar disappear. Oopsie daisy. Alright. Yeah, okay. So if I basically just have that play from here, play. Alright, and then I have this. Alright, and then by the third beep it should be off and away. Nice. That should be good. There's just going to be so many of these stupid little... Oh, yeah, they're up and about, aren't they? Let's see here. Distance from speed. Let's do it by speed. That you can kind of speed gate them because they're all going to be at 77.8. That's kind of funny. So, I'm going to get rid of that thing and clone it, or and put it out a ways away. I'm gonna have to go through to get a good test, I'm going to have to go through and find all of the aiming assault cannons, aren't I? Yep. Add. Add 5. Add. So silly. 6. Yeah. 8. Gosh, the curse of using way too many custom turrets. 9. Alright, I think that's good. Oh, these don't even have... Really? Bro, you gotta be joking me. Alright. And... what, this is the 1. Already see 10. Already see 11. This must have been like a problem with the update or something, because it's screwed up everything. This is gonna be tedious. 3. 4. 5. Oh gosh. 6. 7. You would not believe the amount of time it took to set this up initially. The first time I did it, it was brutal. It's probably oh yeah, the LiDAR turret. Let's see here. What wouldn't it be? Yeah, okay. Heavy railgun turrets obviously don't have any railguns in them. Thankfully there's only 6 of these, so they should be easier to do. Not that hard to do. I do need to actually finish this ship sometime. Oh, 4's already got it. 5 is all screwed up. Right? Or no? Does 4 have it? Yeah, 4 is cooking. 5 is not. Goodness. What a stinky mess. Okay. And 6. Add. Okay, there we go. Oh. Gosh. And then I'm gonna save it just because this is stupid. Alright. Now, to get a good idea of how these missiles are going to perform against a serious capital ship with actual working turrets now, send everything to Space Pirates. I was going to say, speaking of that, all of the little missiles are already coming in. So we'll put some gyroscopes on this guy and see if we can do anything. So, just slap a cockpit up in here because one way or another there will be a cockpit up here eventually. I probably should install just a little bit of backwards thrust first. You know, at least some. Yeah, that'll have to do. Just a little tiny bit. Add another one in there for good measure. And we'll save this for good measure. Fray Mark 1. Alright, so let's let's see. Will anything actually get there? That is the question. Because the secondary batteries on this are ferocious, and I don't imagine. Ooh, there we go. Look at that. And at least theoretically, it's going to be, if like a part like that survived, it'll be whizzing around, causing distractions. So that's good. Those missiles are pretty cheap, and they should work pretty well. Let's see if I got anyone talking. No, we're good. Well, good is a relative term, I suppose. Oh, our kilobytes per second are in the red. Probably have some bad latency. Yeah, I think that's an interesting place to leave us off here. Got the missile launcher done, and that's the important bit. So the rest of this will really just be fleshing out the body of the ship, adding some more smaller weapon systems, but that's very important. So I'm pretty happy with this. Anyway, y'all have a good day, and ta-ta.